Hold. Yep. And when you hear that sound, you know what that mean. That mean it's time to let's talk about it. Yes, let's talk about it. Today, what we have going on here, we got D1. If those who don't know who D1 is, he is a gospel hip hop artist. He's also a student at Harvard. He's a teacher at another school. He does a lot for the community. He's an activist. And the thing about him, he actually done a song with Lecrae. Let me see if I can get that up real quick. Um, but he had some words to Lecrae. If y'all know who Lecrae is, he's a gospel hip hop artist also who's talking about you can be righteous and ratchet at the same time. But that's not the point of what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is he took a stand for hip hop as in a way that there's artists that he know that's doing one thing, and this cognitive dissonance that I've been talking about, having a conscience, but you're cognitive of what's going on, but the dissonance means you're doing things that's off key. So even though I know it's wrong, I'm gonna still do it because everybody else is doing it. But I'm also gonna still do it because I need to fit in. And the thing is, he's like saying these rappers are promoting one thing, but then when they start rapping, they're still talking about the thing that is actually taking out the youth in the society. So let me bring a clip so y'all can see what I'm talking about so you can understand this. Give me a sec. Let me get this up.
God got me on a hold, bro, like my
Let's
pad.
go.
Yo, with that being said, it's the OGs who I like to call DGs because they're disappointing grown-ups. That's what they are. It's the OGs in hip-hop. It's the ones that's 40-something years old. And, man, I hate when I see these gray-haired clout chasers who still talking about, and I send my young boys to come and wet your whole block up and da-da-da, and they still glorifying this. I look at what a Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Cause are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Because I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing when my best friend got killed? When Carl got killed, New Orleans know who I'm talking about. When Carl got killed and I had to go to his funeral and read the eulogy and be part of the funeral, and I got back in my car, Sway, after the funeral, and I turned on my music and I realized I'm listening to music that's glorifying the same stuff that just happened to my best friend. It gave me chills. And I needed that moment. That was my come to Jesus moment of like, D, you got to do something different, brother, because you have a taste for this poison. But you're attracted to the poison, and rap is great. The rap game, hip hop industry is great at cooking up some delicious poison.
Ooh, he said they great at cooking up some delicious poison. I like that. I like that. I like that. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna bring it first in scripture. Daniel chapter 3 had a part with we all know as the 3 Hebrew boys, but the reason why they was thrown in a fiery furnace was because what they didn't do was they didn't bow down to the sound of the music. And the music was the harps and everything that was playing. And there was a tall golden statue of King Nebuchadnezzar. That added in scripture and then added in with being in the world but not of the world. These two things that kind of north and south magnets stick together to let us see that though we're in here and though we're moving according to what God says, we have to be careful that we don't say one thing and do something else. It's like, don't let your good be evil spoken of. So we have a Meek Mill where he has a contract with Puma, and he's part of prison reform. So he had prison reform written on the bottom of the shoes. And he had D1 went and done this for the community, gave these shoes out. And still to this day, if I turn on a Meek Mill track, he is talking about bodying somebody, killing somebody. The reason why I had to bring this because there's not too many gospel hip hop artists. There's not too many gospel people in the faith that will speak up against things of that nature and actually voice their opinion, because he got a lot of flack. I mean, of course, Rick Ross came back at him, but besides the point, it's just, I felt that it had to be brought out with this Let's Talk About It, because it's going with everything that I'm talking about tonight anyway, because how he opened up when he's like, God got him on this path to do these certain things. There has to be someone that stands up at a particular time to make a change, to say, let's not do that. We talked about this and we did this. The same thing, like we can go and talk about Mano with Black Lives Matter, and every time I see Mano on his music, he's talking about death and killing another black person. So there's a disconnect. So if I have some comments, I'm gonna look on Zoom, look on Facebook for a sec. But it's a time, and it's a thing that's going on, that we feel that if we're in these last and evil days and we at this last time, we have to be careful about what we say, what we do. We have to be careful about who we represent. Let that sink in a minute, because it's gonna go all with this message tonight. So let me check here. Let me flip my camera over, and then I'm gonna come back over there with y'all.